Peru News Today. All you need to know about Peru.
Marinera Norteña, national dance of Peru. To the rhythm of refined movements, elegant steps and seductive looks, the Marinera is not only the national dance of Peru par excellence, but it is also one of the greatest fruits of the cultural mix of this country. With a history that dates back to the time of the Viceroyalty, this emblematic dance has transcended throughout history, deeply penetrating the identity of Peruvians and becoming cultural heritage of Peru. When observing the perfect coordination and sensual complicity that the sailor couples exhibit on stage, one is truly amazed by the spectacle of movements and steps, which, added to the traditional use of handkerchiefs, make this dance a vibrant and emotional experience for the dancer. Public assistant. Below, discover more about everything that surrounds this dance, what its roots are and why it has become an authentic symbol of Peruvianness. An origin product of cultural mixing. There are different theories about the birth of the sailor. Some suggest that its origin is Spanish and that its elements, such as coplas, sung lyrics, and clapping, would come from Hispanic dances, the minuet or the fandango. According to historians, these dances were practiced by many couples during meetings of the viceregal elite, which were copied by the servants and, later, by the people. On the other hand, there are studies that maintain that the Marinera is of exclusively Peruvian origin, with the main influence being the samacueca, an ancestral dance that mixed Spanish, indigenous and African rhythms. This dance became very popular in the 19th century not only in Peru, but also in different parts of South America. Due to the war with Chile, the Peruvian writer Abelardo Gamarra proposed that it be called Marinera in honor of Miguel Grau and the heroes of the Peruvian Navy. Despite its origin, the truth is that this important Peruvian dance is a product of the cultural and historical mixing that occurred in Peru, which brings together indigenous, Spanish and African roots. The variants of the Marinera throughout Peru. Among the many versions of Marinera that exist throughout Peru, 3 are the most recognized: the Lima, Northern and Andean. The first is characterized by having softer and more marked movements, with elegance as a special quality. The man holds a handkerchief with his right hand and places his left hand on the waist of his companion. The lady is also wearing a scarf and with her left hand she subtly lifts her skirt. They both stand face to face, slowly approaching each other until they change position. The dance culminates with seduction and flirtation between the dancers to the rhythm of the cajon and guitar. The Northern Marinera, the most recognized and practiced throughout the country, has as its classic sound starting point the percussion of a snare drum. The couple greets each other with bows and maintains a certain distance, which is shortened as the flirting progresses. She avoids his gaze until the characteristic foot tapping begins that symbolizes the man's acceptance as her lover. He, at the same time, seduces her with elegant movements of her scarf and her straw hat. On the other hand, the Andean version, usually practiced in Arequipa and Puno, has influences from huayno, a musical genre typical of these regions. Like the coastal sailors, this dance also has as its main attraction the courtship between the dancing couple. However, its pace is slower and it has a stately air. The practice of zapatillo is also very characteristic, the man with more strength and the lady always with delicacy. National Sailor Competition. As part of the activities to preserve the traditional dance and revalue the legacy of the Marinera, the most talented Peruvian and foreign dancers meet annually in the northern city of Trujillo to participate in the National Marinera Competition, a highly anticipated event that is broadcast on television. Nearly 500 dance couples prepared hard not only with the intention of obtaining the highest award, but also to be valuable actors in the dissemination and promotion of the Marinera throughout the world. Now I invite you to see a beautiful northern sailor La Conquiperla.
Subscribe and follow us on our social networks, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok.